I exited the castle, no closer to finding the courier. There was a presence there, however. Not a presence, really, but more its residual, and not the charred corpses. The banished one. But what I don't understand is why can I feel him? Why now? His presence was strong near the ladder at the top of the tower, and unmistakably at the cell. Although concerning, I must stay focused. I met with Stalio in the courtyard. He and the others came prepared for battle, but the banished one made that unnecessary. After his companions left, I warned him about what he would find inside. I told him of the bodies that I had found, grateful to learn that they were not his family members. We then spoke about why I came, about the courier, though I didn't give him specific details, honestly because I didn't know them. Stalio confirmed my suspicions that he was to receive the courier, but was not there to do so. But that if such a person came here while Brewer had occupied his home, they would have certainly have been imprisoned. He seemed perplexed, however, when I told him that the cells were empty, and that no indication of the courier existed. Stalio mentioned that if he somehow escaped, he could have gone anywhere, adding that if he were smart, though, he would have avoided the barrow just across the river. I thanked Stalio for his time and bid him well on finding his family. I now knew where I had to look.
Hello and welcome. My name is Joe and I am the Panicked Monk, and you are watching Lost in Time, a Dwemer's Tale. Szenac has just had a conversation with Stalio. Staleo, I think I've said it multiple different ways, but pick whichever one you think is right, and if they're all wrong, then move along, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, thank you, first and foremost, for returning to our story and following our Dwemer along his way. And as I mentioned, We just left the courtyard of Treva's Watch, had an informative conversation with Stalio, and are now on our way to find this... hello, Stalio. Thank you for your time. And we're going to try to find this tomb, this barrow that he was telling us about, so that Szenac can find this courier. Which brings into question, I guess, there were a couple parts in that conversation I think are worth noting, and that is Szenac's his realization and what's the word I'm looking for? Not acceptance, but his realization, we'll just go with that, of the Banished One, and acknowledging that he exists, and in fact that he somehow can now feel the presence of that being. Before, it was always about this feeling, this presence, but it was always on the periphery. So what has changed? Something has changed that has brought the Banished One out of that peripheral and more in focus. And I think that's kind of where Szenac is at the moment. He has come to terms that the Banished One is more than just this outside being, that there is something to it, that he's reached an acceptance level that he is more tangible, I guess. It's not that he disbelieved the existence, he just couldn't put his finger on it, and now he's able to do that. It's a nice overlook of the castle and the courtyard, with the trees in back. It's kind of one of my favorite areas here in Falkreath. It's just kind of lovely with all the aspen and all that. So, that's one point that is worth mentioning. And, oh, I think we see it. Way down there. Just kind of right around the bend. So that must have been what he was talking about. Anyway, so the more tangible existence of the Banished One is something worth noting. The other thing worth noting is, how did Szenac come to the conclusion so much without question that the courier he was looking for is in this barrow? And I think the two can be related, because he has with him, ever since coming here, one thing that he has not had throughout his whole campaign, and that is one of the relics of Kagrenac, one of the tools, that of course being Wraithguard, that he's only recently acquired in Avanchanzel. So Wraithguard is pulling these things together. It's pulling him towards Keening, because these tools want to be reunited. You know, it's kind of the one ring to rule them all. It wants to be found. It wants to return to its master. In some sense, a much less malevolent sense, the tools of Kagrenac want to be reunited. So he's getting this draw, this pull, that this is where he needs to go to find another one of Kagrenac's tools. He doesn't know which one. He doesn't know what the courier was carrying. But he just has this really strong pull, this strong sense that it is in fact one of Tekagranak's tools, and the fact that it was coming from Morrowind only helps support that feeling. I think insofar as the Banished One is concerned, I think these tools, this Wraithguard, if we remember way back when, Narada, Senac's mother, had mentioned that, the tools are not of this world. So, hold on. Boy, right out of the gate. Oof.
This is going to be a long outing, I think, sorcerer.
Alright. In this instance, although it might be tempting, Szenac is not going to be pillaging any of the urns or anything that looks like it was left in kind of a sacred state. That will not go for, obviously, the Draugr who attack him. He's going to feel that, for some reason, that is fair game. The urns, however, were left in honor, so he's going to respect that much. The fact that the Draugr are acting in a dishonorable way makes them exempt. So we'll get back to oh boy, yeah, let's get back to our conversation about Narada and Wraithguard with the Banished One here in a little while. Oh man. Dang. Wow. Jeez, how many creepy crawlies? Where'd you come from? Well, what Szenac is, what he lacks in finesse, he's been able to make up for in straight up front in-your-faceness, I guess, if that's a thing. Wow. That was quite the welcome.
What is this place?
Alright, going to take the bone meal. We're going to take the bone meal so that we can use our enchanter later. I think we have a couple things that we can disenchant. And we need bone meal in order to use that, so this is a really interesting barrel. Usually they're not, obviously not wide open like this. And if you are curious, this actually comes from Forgotten Dungeons, which places... Oh, hello, spider. A whole bunch of different dungeons and barrows and such across the whole land of Skyrim. Some of them are quite extensive. This one is actually labeled as a small one, so that's good. And from a technical point of view, or a game mechanics point of view, the Forgotten Dungeons were crafted and created in such a way by the mod author in that they will accept Radiant quests. So we are in here because of Arniel's Endeavor, which is a quest, if you know, and I'm sure you all do by now, is a quest to get Keening from Arniel Gain, or for Arniel Gain. This dungeon has actually picked that quest up, which is why we're here. Okay, so this presents an interesting conundrum. Do we take from chests? We've already said we're not going to take from urns and things that look or are obvious ritual based. But even though this chest is decorative, it seems not to be related to burial rites, funeral rites, that kind of thing. So, in that sense, Szenac will feel that they are fair game for taking and looting. This is a rather large outer ring. It's kind of a three-tiered. It's kind of a three-tiered structure. The entrance tier that we came in, then we went down some stairs right away, and now we're kind of in this middle ring. And then, of course, there's the burial mound in the center, which we are avoiding for the moment. Szenac does not want anything to surprise him and come down while he's exploring that mound, which if that pyre kind of on the corner there is any indication, it's not going to be a simple walk down and check it out kind of thing. Boy, there's a lot of spiders in here, though. I guess there would be. I don't know why, but if it's open like this, creatures can come in easily, probably, like birds. Maybe even deer mistakenly make their way in. Easy prey. But you'd think there'd be a lot of competition. So, we came in and it was evening, and I can already tell that nightfall is coming. So, I guess we'll have to play it by ear. We may end up going back towards the entrance and camping for the night. To kind of assess that when that time comes. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Oh, that timed block was a good perk. I don't always nail it, but when you do, it sure is nice. And the spell that is kicking off from Akado's recital, I think it's called, is been also very invaluable. Invaluable? It's been very valuable? Ugh, I tell you. Anyway, it's been quite useful. In that, not only does it kick off a nice defensive spell, Stone Skin, it's a nice indication that something is nearby, like that. Ouch. Alright, so far these haven't been terrible, but I am a little leery of what's going to pop out of those sarcophagi down below. We're heavy, but not by a lot. I really don't want to get over encumbered at the wrong time. Yeah, we can get rid of firewood. That'll help. Alright. Wow. Sun has set quickly. This is not going to make this very easy if these things keep coming after us. Fortunately, our help with the sorcerer... Oop. Speaking of... Now, let's bring him back. I have a feeling I'm going to need you, my friend. And, of course, we need to heal up after casting him. And because it's dark, let's shed some light on the situation. Oof. Yikes. A little bit tougher. I think it's that two-handed sword. I don't want to get hit by that too often. Oh, they're all over. I think that was a good block. Alright. Let's circle this center tomb and make sure there's absolutely nothing that's going to come out after us before we actually check it out. Oh, it gets so dark. It's hard to see. It's another nice advantage of having the sorcerer around is when a spell hits him, it kind of lights him up, so I can see what in the world is going on. Where is he? Where are you? Ooh! Kind of snuck right up. And another one. Wow. Oh, that doesn't sound... Holy... Oof! Oh, 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 oh! Spellcaster! Get him, get him, get him. Ah. Oof. Watch the spell, sorcerer. Oh my god, how many of these things are around here? What the hell? What the hell, what the hell, what the hell? Spider! Oh, come on. Oh, get surrounded. There we go. Ouch. Oof. Oh my god. Run away, run away! Archer, archer. Aha. Now I know where you are. How about you? Wow, there's a lot of stuff down here, and none of it good. Ugh, really? Now what? There we go. Come on. Ouch. Oh, great. Now what's over here? Oof! Are you kidding me? Oh. Ouch. Oh, big two-handed. Come on. Come on. Nope, nope, nope. Ooh. Oh, thank God it's not the disarming shout. Oh my God, come on. I'll get a level if we can live long enough to use it. That'd be cool. Now what? Heal up. Something's coming. Oh. Okay. Oh, that hurt. Oh, Jesus. Come on, come on. Oh. My stamina is getting destroyed. Oh, do we have anything? Gotta have something. Yeah, I don't think invisibility is gonna help. Healing. Yeah, we'll do that. Poison? I suppose we could try. Give it a whirl. Ouch. Oh, that didn't seem to help, did it? Bastard. What are you wielding? Oh, a big hammer. One-handed hammer. Ouch. Sorcerer, a little help, thank you. Yeah. Oh, God. That just sounds like it hurts really, really bad. Ooh, he got stunned. Oh my God. Heartbeat is never good. Yeah, that didn't work last time. Let's... This dude packs a wallop. I suppose we can try regular poison. If nothing else, it seems like a attempt at a productive way to use these up. Some of these things, I don't know why I still carry them around. I don't know when I'll use them. Alright, where are you? Ouch. Ah, we got you on the ropes, got you on the ropes. Ouch. Ha 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 ha. Whew. Damn. Yikes. Alright, what do you have? Wow, look at that. Ebony hammer. Boy, it's worth a lot. Heavy, though. 30 base damage. Well, 29. Dang. No wonder it hurt so bad. Alright, let's go check the battlefield. I think we've drawn everything out that was waiting down here. Would have been nice to have a little daylight, but it's not the way it worked out, so guess deal with the hand we've been given. Sorry if my voice is a little off. And kind of a sore throat the last day or two. Not sure what that's all about, but okay, so Szenac has decided that it would be better to survey the area when there's some daylight than to try to do it in the dark. There's a good chance, one, he'll miss something, and an even better chance that if there's still something down there, that it will, it'll surprise him. So he's kind of not in the mood for surprises anymore. But this might give us a good time to kind of backtrack a little bit and talk about the Banished One. And why Wraithguard might have brought the fallen Falmer into more focus for Szenac. And I think in part, going back to Narada and her comment that the tools of Kagrenac were not of this world, nor were they of Aetherius, that they lie somewhere in between, that they lie in the place where Szenac is. They're in that space in between, and that seems to be where he is. And because of that, and the exceptional properties of Wraithguard and the tools in general, I think once you start acquiring them, things start to come into a little more focus. They're kind of pulling that space together and giving the wearer, the person that holds them, not necessarily wears them, but holds them, a better sense of what's around. And that, in turn, means bringing the Banished One out from behind the shadows. So Szenac doesn't know where he is, can't really track him any more than actually the Banished One can track where Szenac is. The Banished One does have a bit of an advantage because he's kind of the one that created this schism. But in doing so, engulfed himself in it as well. So he lost some of the advantage in doing that, but because he instigated this time break, if you will, it gives him a little bit of an advantage of how to move around in this space a little bit better, a little easier. But there's still things that he doesn't know. He doesn't know where Szenac is. He doesn't know where these tools are. We still don't know why. Oh yeah, we'll get rid of this helmet. We don't want to undo our armor because we're kind of using that. And I think perhaps we can craft a couple things as well to help use up some of the soul gems, which in turn will free up some weight and, I don't know, give us a few items that we can either hawk later or actually use. But in... kind of lost my train of thought. With the tools of Kagranak kind of pulling themselves together and making this in-between space where both the Banished One and Szenac reside more clear, they're becoming more and more aware of one another, even if they don't have specifics. Although, again, like I'd mentioned, the Sleeper does have that advantage since he created this break. It's very small. I reluctantly use the term break, but it kind of is. It's a shift. It's not a full-out break in time, but it's a shift. And when given the opportunity, it can be corrected. Now, how does that happen? Well, that happens by getting rid or defeating its creator, the Banished One himself. So Szenac needs to defeat this fallen one, this fallen Falmer, the Banished One. We don't know exactly what the Banished One's motives are at this point. Hopefully Szenac can learn that at some points, at least to bring some understanding on why this happened. You know, why him? Was it chosen? Did this Falmer specifically choose Szenac for something? Or was he just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Kind of like when he fell into that deep hole at Kagranzel. That was kind of a wrong place at the wrong time kind of moment. Unless you're a believer of destiny, and perhaps the gods have a bigger play in this scenario than anyone knows. I'll leave that up for interpretation and your own whims, if you will. Okay. Szenac does not do a lot of enchanting. Actually, his enchanting has been very minimal at best. He did put a enchantment on his sword, but that was a long time ago and he really hasn't done much since. But since he had the enchanter out to free up some weight, get rid of that, what he could, and it turned out just to be the helmet, he might as well take advantage of the silence and craft a couple things. Now, let's pick this up. Let's see what we just made, and maybe we can equip a couple things. Alright, well, that one we have on. That's actually a pretty decent one. Those will be good in the cold weather. What am I looking for? No. I know I enchanted a left-hand ring, but I don't know where it went to. That one. Oh, I didn't realize I was already wearing one. Okay. I do have left-handed rings as a mod installed as well, obviously. I think I'm going to equip the skills increase over the power attacks, although it's kind of nice. But let's give our skills a bit of a boon. At least for a little bit. And I think we had actually a better power attack ring. Oh, that's the ring we found off of that Dwemer Spectre at the very end of Evangenzel. Power attack's 10%. That's well, quite a bit more better than our 6% that we had on earlier. So not only do we gain an increase in our skills, we get better power attacks. So win-win. And since now it is daylight, let's get rid of our goggles and be on our way.
Let's see what you have to offer. In another circumstance, this would be a very relaxing place, I think. It's quiet, meditative almost. And perhaps that's why the builders created it. What have we here? Any way in? No. Sacred urns. Not interested in those. Let's look in. I see. Alright, to the steps. Impressive place. I think I will not be venturing any further, however, if I can find the Courier. This has to be him. That's an interesting dagger. That must have been yours. Now you need it not anymore. Yes, you have to be him. And you have caning. Look at it. Do not touch, Szenac, but look. It's beautiful. Looks like the day it was made. It's immaculate. And a note. Let's see what this note is all about. Interesting armor. I shan't take your armor. Let's read this note first. If you are reading this, then I have perished, and the weight of the blade now rests upon your shoulders. I risk much by taking the time to write this, but I feel it is imperative to do so in the event I do not make it out alive. To be honest, I fully expect that I will not. Who I am is not important. Know only this. I was commissioned to bring a package, an artifact from Morrowind. I was told that there would be a contact at a place called Treva's Watch, a small castle just west of the city of Riften. When I arrived, however, I was immediately taken into custody and imprisoned. I soon found out that the castle had been taken over by someone called Brurid, a rival of its true owner. After being thrown into a cell, 2 of the bandits began rummaging through my things, pocketing anything they felt to be valuable. As one of them began to open the package I was carrying, he was interrupted by a third that came in. She was angry and accused him of stealing from her. Soon an argument broke out, but before it could escalate, a 4th bandit came in and told them to get back to their posts. With the others gone, he looked at the contents of my delivery, smirked and said, "Nice dagger. Not sure if Brewer will want it, but I suppose I'll let him decide that for himself." Then he scooped up my belongings, package and all, and threw them into a corner where they sat untouched and seemingly forgotten. I cannot say how long I sat in that outhouse of a cell. A couple days, a week, maybe longer. But just as I had begun to give up hope, there came a great commotion from far in the castle. I heard explosions and screams, and they were getting closer. One such rumble shook the very walls around me, causing the cell door to shift. It wasn't much, but enough that I was able to kick the door open. Quickly, I grabbed what I could and made to leave. That's when I noticed the now open package in my arms and its contents. I could see the glint of brass and what looked almost like Stalrim, but not as cloudy. It was clearer, like stained glass. It was the blade keening. Another explosion sounded, and I quickly bundled Keening back up and ran. Exiting a cave opening, I snuck around the rocks and fled toward the river. Keening. I could not let this fall into the wrong hands. I must hide it. That's when I saw this Nordic tomb. If I could get as deep into it as possible, I could hide Keening here. No one would suspect to find it in a Nordic barrel, would they? But alas, as I started, if you are reading this, I have failed. If Keening is not familiar to you, I beg you, do not touch it. Let it remain here with my bones. If you do know of what I speak, then you know that it can never be used. Please, let the blade be lost to time once again. So it is Keening. And this man gave his life to protect it. Well, you are commendable, sir. But as I have Wraithguard, I can hold the blade.